Hey, what's good guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Raw Ideology and this is No Passport Needed. Today I'm in the city of Cádiz, the oldest city in Western Europe. Fact that I didn't really know to come here. It's not a long drive from home. I just came to spend my 30th birthday in Spain and Cádiz was my choice. It looked an interesting city and I wanted to just go somewhere different, and here we are. Tomorrow I'm turning 30 years old, becoming a little man now. So yeah, I think it was a good choice. The city looks pretty cute so far, everything organized. But yo, it's hot. It's hot. Like I think we are around 44 degrees. I don't feel a heat like this for a long time. Since Rio, I guess. It's barely any wind, but it doesn't take off anything. Like the city is really cute. Just found the accommodation, just taking a walk around. The nature looks awesome. The beach is like a meeting from the Mediterranean with the Atlantic Ocean. The whole city itself is like an island, but there's like a tiny land of strip that connects it to the mainland. Yeah, very interesting entrance as well with those bridges with like a lot of connections. I don't know how to call that, but yeah. Let's see what Cádiz has to offer. Pretty crazy how this city is actually older than Rome, Athens. It was founded by the Phoenicians. It was over 3,000 years ago. Older than Rome, Athens and Paris. Also apparently they got one of the most famous carnivals in Spain, with a lot of political satire, like fun, and the whole streets like are taken to. Pretty quiet. Also still so hot today, so there's not many people around. But I've seen some tourists. Doesn't look that empty, but definitely not like the big Spanish centers that you definitely would be like surrounded by people everywhere. It was like a 5-hour drive from home, which is like pretty sick. That's what I love about Europe, man. Like coming from a place where like a 5-hour drive, I wouldn't even get out of my state. I drove for 5 hours and in a whole different country, in a region that I've never been before. We have a little oasis park right in the city center. Yeah, still trying to figure out where I am. I think this is the city center. Just go here. I don't really know exactly where are the fun things. Apparently there's like bars near to the beach area. I'll be exploring all of that. Gonna visit as many attractions as I can. Definitely want to do a flamenco show. I've been to Spain like several times and I never ever watched a flamenco, so I think I'm about to be 30. I want to do different things, activities that I never really did before. And apparently Christopher Columbus started lots of his journeys and trips from the port of Cádiz. I don't know about that because everybody says a lot of things about Christopher Columbus. The Italians say different things, the Spanish say different things, so we never really know. But apparently he set sail from here. And funny fact, we always remind him for his successful expeditions, but do you know that he actually died in disgrace? After the first ones, which were successful, he had a bunch of shit that happened throughout it. So he was definitely not in the best position with the investors. Because of that, they started to fuck him up and disgrace his legacy, which that's why they actually called America because of Americo Vespucci. So they actually pointed to another guy. Everybody was pissed on him, and yeah, he didn't even take credit at first for his discovery of America, but his descendants actually tried to clear his name out and actually give his credit due. So you see how people are. You can do the best, but they always remember you for the shit that you've done. So yeah, people are just ungrateful. And yeah, I've barely walked and I've seen pretty girls, man. That's what I love about Spain. The vibes are just unmatched when it comes to this. Like, it doesn't matter if they're just locals or no foreigners. Like everybody that is here, they are into that party mood, right? Like they want to have fun. Spanish people, they know how to have fun. They're very well spirited. I love to keep coming here as many times as possible, exploring every state. I'd say at this point I just didn't really go to the north, but for the Basque country, because other than that, I guess like all the communities I managed to visit or at least just pass by. There's no place in this whole country that I didn't really enjoy. Like, to be honest, like all of them were interesting. In 1810, Napoleon thought that Cádiz would be an easy win. He sent his troops, but the shape of the city actually made the fortress, and it made to be able to defend itself against the cannons, because remember it's shaped like an island and you're just not able to get into it. So they waited and didn't manage to attack. So you see how Cádiz gave trouble to one of the biggest conquerors. It was exactly the attempt of Napoleon to invade Cádiz that made the Spanish gather and sign up for the first liberal constitution, things that was unseen, and type of freedom of press and rights that was unheard in Europe at that time. So nothing like a good fight to unite the people, innit? Always kind of need the enemy to be able to gather people around, and that's fucking stupid if you ask me. But it's just the way that we've been growing and developing ourselves throughout the ages, yeah? Overall, people seem to be super friendly. I think the fact that just there's not a lot of tourists and it's not that super overcrowded city. I mean, apparently the hotels are all booked, but like as far as I've seen, the streets there's just not a lot of people. I came driving, so I had an expense of 70 euro from Thursday to Sunday, which is a 3-night thing. So that was 70 euro. Have that in mind if you're driving. First beer in 7 days. Got fucking staff in jiu-jitsu, can believe that? Some shit. So I was in the meds for 7 days and no alcohol, obviously. But yeah, here's to 30 years old. Cheers. Now let's go into a little trip in the streets of Cádiz. This is Park de la Mina, a great little oasis where you can escape the heat and have a beer or 10. Little center street, lots of shops, beautiful girls, everybody walking around having a good time. And this is the ancient door from Tandem Apartments, which was the place that I stayed on this time. And you see, it's legit by the lobby, and you know the real deal when they actually have names to the rooms instead of numbers, right? Little cozy modern apartment. Only downside was the AC. In a hot city like that, I wouldn't give a broke AC to people. And this little balcony where I could just blaze. And you know how we do so far, right? Now we're gonna go for a few shots of the flamenco show, which takes place in La Cava. This guy can sing, I'll tell you that. This tree looks like you have dreads, bro. That's hilarious. Also this thing that looks like a chick, so they're putting people inside the tree. What if the dreads are actually the woman's hair? How about that? Name of the pub, Rolling Rock Pub. 30 years old at the Rock Bar. Some pool and a variety of drinks. Might be a good recommendation if you went to that. They even got the MMA pass on a PFL, so yeah, it might be a good pub to come enjoy a few drinks, see what's up in Cádiz. Apparently it really opened up still, like a lot of people in the streets now. Yeah, still impressed by the flamenco show last night. That was definitely something, because I've been to Spain several times and just never did it. Sometimes you just literally traveling to places but not really doing cultural things. I have to be aware for the next places I visit on. This is basic Spain activity and I just never did it. But I'm happy I experienced that. I'm definitely gonna go for others. Gonna check all of them out in many different cities possible. This is Park Genovés. This is some of the sickest trees. Didn't even know you could do that. It's like literally artistic trees. You're just going up with different cuts. The trees itself are already sick and then they do shit like this. Pretty amazing, yeah? Just got to the park right in the beginning. It stretches over to La Caleta, 20-minute walk from where I was, which is pretty central. Yeah, Cádiz it's small, so easy going. I love to walk around. I really do not like to get public transport when I'm traveling, and then this park is amazing. I've never seen this, like so many different shapes, so many different trees. Adaptable to the microclimate. They got trees even from New Zealand. The park is pretty old too, so from the 1800s, and was because of the mayor Eduardo José Genovés in 1892 did this big reform, and the park become what it is today. Up to 200 species of trees. That's crazy. even a waterfall in the middle of the park. Yo, this place is pretty sick. Wow, wow, look at it. So this is one of the coolest parks I've seen in my life. Like, Parque Genovese. Just passed through the beach La Caleta, but to be honest, it's not that pretty. I don't know if it's because it's just so packed. I just can't stand packed beaches. And like city beach in general, it's not my first choice. Too packed, obviously because it's hot as fuck today. But this panoramic now, like just walking through the seaside is fucking awesome. Yeah, you can clearly see the Arab influence in the region. And the other parts of Andalusia, I don't remember to be kind of like this, but this, I swear, like if you just put me and don't tell me where I am, I would say that is the Middle East. I mean, just look at it. All the color palette and all of that, yeah, very interesting. I was just in Algarve before this, and there I was watching this show in Middle Ages fair where they tell a bit of the story of the Moors invasion and like the Christian reconquer and all of that, and they kind of like build a community together afterwards. Like the Muslim actually stayed as well, and then so you still got a lot of the influence through the south of the Iberic Peninsula region. You see how everywhere is made by everyone. I don't get like people that are xenophobes, like racists, all of that shit. Like you have to be really stupid for thinking like that, because the whole world is connected, all people are connected. Like everybody dependent on each other's influence to different things, art, food. Yeah, let's just do that. Like, I mean, if you're into that shit, like just stop eating food from other countries, like at all. So you're gonna see how things gonna go sideways really quick. Especially in a world where you import food from everywhere, you dickhead. But yeah, people are stupid, man, I tell you that. Cathedral of Cádiz. I'm not very fond of religion, but yo, this one is pretty sick. The amount of detail in the statues and the columns is crazy. Sculptors are some of my most respected artists. People, imagine if you make a little mistake, that's all over. You have to restart and do all of the piece again. That's crazy. Like me with digital stuff, I just like Ctrl-Z, delete it. Yeah, that's awesome. For the restaurant recommendation, Puerta del Eden, probably the best Arab food I ever tried. The cheese sticks was banging, falafel was fantastic, and this mixture of dips. And the chicken plate, which was not my favorite of the meal, but regardless was amazing. And this cup of tea to wrap it up. Puerta del Eden. If you're in Cádiz, try it out. Yes, very impressed with Cádiz. Las Gaditanas. Yeah, that's how you call Cádiz people. The Gaditanos y Gaditanas. Or Haditanos, creo. I think. Yeah, the G must be with the R sound. Yeah, it's how important. Beautiful girls. Very, very good looking, stylish. I'm very surprised as it's a city of like 100,000 people, so like when you're walking around at night, it's pretty good. Yeah, I recommend it. I recommend it's also a more genuine and authentic Spanish experience than, you know, going to Barcelona or going to like the biggest cities. People are super lovely, super friendly, just everywhere I go, just been making friends all around all the bars, and yeah, I feel very welcomed here, which is awesome. Different than some other areas in Spain. I felt that they can be a bit rude to you, but I don't. It's completely natural. As have a lot of people in, so it's kind of hard to keep the good spirit. But yeah, here I feel very welcome. Everybody being super nice so far. It's just cool as well to be in the oldest city in the West. That's fucking feel the power of this. Today we're having two restaurant recommendations. This is La Mafia, Siéntase a la Mesa. First time I'm having gorgonzola pistachio sauce. That's definitely so. Yeah. Muchas gracias. Gracias. Cola Zero in the glass bottle. Fuck yeah. Also new pasta unlocked. That's called Mafaldi. This curved, long one. Yeah. I think the sauce gets very into it and expands the taste. It's funny how everything in Italian is just more fancy. You're literally putting mafia, the mafia word, as the name of your establishment, and you're doing allusion to criminal organizations. But just because it's Italian, it's fancy and it's cool, you can do it. You wouldn't see a restaurant saying like, oh, the cartel, siéntase a la mesa. Nobody would do that, you know, but the mafia, yes. When in Cádiz, do not buy the hop on, hop off bus. 27 euros in the trash in the whole city. You can literally walk in an afternoon. Taxis are super cheap. The central to the Paseo Marítimo is like 7 euros. So yeah, do not get the bus. You can see the whole thing like in one afternoon walking, like a couple hours in, and you're just gonna see the whole city. I do think they are useful in major cities where you also can be listening some of the stories and all that. But yeah, here's definitely not a thing that you need. Yeah, unlike Barcelona, here in Cádiz, I'm never really worried about pickpockets. Like in Barcelona, it's crazy. It's like you're always ready for a fight. Checking your pockets and look behind you, over your shoulder, and all of that. Carrying all my cameras, and you don't really care. Cádiz, what a great surprise. Yeah, this is a great city. Everybody was super nice to me, super friendly. I'm definitely be coming back here. I heard the carnival from Cádiz is amazing. So this is one of the best in Spain. That might be a very good opportunity to come back. The city really, it beat my expectations. A genuine Spanish experience. So definitely gonna be back here. Maybe to carnival, maybe another time. It doesn't really matter, but I'll definitely do it. That's it for today. I'll see you guys in the channel very soon. Let's go. This is the flute of Cádiz, so let's see if I'm ready for the carnival. I'm gonna play the Zelda theme. This is the first time I'm playing this. Ha ha ha.